Hi everyone, it's Colleen and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm so glad you joined me today. I love to find new and unique ways to use my stamp sets, and I find that mixed media is the way to go for me to get creative. Today I want to show you a fun way to make a simple and beautiful mixed media card using a new stamp set. If you like what you see here, remember to hit the subscribe button and the like button so you never miss another one of my videos. Now let's make a card. We're going to be using a brand new Gina K release. It's called the Greatest Gift Stamp Set. It's a 6x8 stamp set, and you can purchase the coordinating dies to go with. They are sold separately. But I love how unique this stamp set was, and right away this one screamed mixed media to me. So let's get started by making a card. I'm starting with this elegant script 6x6 background stamp. It's a gorgeous Gina K Designs mixed media stamp. And then I'm using soft stone ink. It's a very light gray ink. I want to create a background to start my card off, and I want the background to be light and subtle. So these two combinations are perfect. I'm stamping right onto the stamp, and then I'm going to place a piece of cardstock sized 5.5 by 4.25 right over the stamp. I'm not worried about making a perfect image because this is mixed media. So if it's not perfect, even better for me. Turned out perfectly, just as I wanted it to. From here, we're going to build onto that background using a lot of the images that are included in this The Greatest Gift stamp set. We're going to start with this really pretty heart shape. And what I love about this shape is just how unique it is. I've never seen anything like it. So right away I thought, let's stamp this a couple times using an ombre effect. So the first ink color we're using is sea glass ink. I'm going to be using 3 different shades of these teal inks to create this ombre effect. And then I'm going to move the stamp around a little bit and place it in another spot. And you'll see that I am stamping over that original script. And because that script is so light, it complements but doesn't take over the card. So next I'm going in with Ocean Mist ink, which is just a little bit darker than the other ink. To be honest with you, I think I reversed the 2 colors and I didn't realize it, but you know what? That's okay. Mixed media is very, very forgiving. That's the beauty of using mixed media. And now I'm going to go in a third time and stamp that same image using Blue Lagoon, which is a little bit even darker. And I really like how the variation in color turned out. I mean, isn't that beautiful? And that stamp is just, oh, I love it. Well done, Gina. Now I'm going to go in and do the sentiment. I'm going to stamp the sentiment right in the middle of one of the hearts using Gina's black amalgam ink. I want to use a bold ink because I want the sentiment to stand out. And I love how this sentiment fits right in the middle of that heart. So it's just absolutely perfect. And it just fits right in with everything that I'm doing. Even the script fits right in. Continuing to build my background, now I'm going in with the heart outline. This is an outline stamp, and I'm going to stamp right over that heart shape using the black amalgam ink. I continued with black amalgam because I felt that it would complement the sentiment, and it would also help that heart really pop off the page. So I'm doing that for each one of the hearts. And if you notice, I'm keeping the color families pretty basic, which is pretty much what you want to do with mixed media, because mixed media cards can be very, very busy. Now I'm going in and adding even more detail. It's a very subtle detail, but there are 3 little different sized hearts that go along, that come with this stamp set. And I like to use as much of the stamp as I possibly can, and that's why mixed media is such a wonderful technique to use for large stamp sets with lots of pieces like this. And I'm just going in with those same 3 ink colors and adding those hearts. Very subtle, you can barely see them, but it's another added detail that is both beautiful and allows you to use as much of the stamp set as possible. So I'm just finishing this up, my stamping, and then I'm ready to go in and do the next part of my card. Now see how subtle but beautiful that is? try to use every piece of that stamp that you can. Now I'm using my Tim Holtz deckled paper trimmer to trim this card panel down. This paper trimmer creates a deckled edge, and it's so cool. I use it all the time with my cards, all the time. See how the edges are kind of rough and jaggedy? And now I'm using another media for mixed media. It's called Hero Arts Wax, and it's Icelandic is the color. And I picked this color because it blends really well with the colors that I've stamped on the card panel. And I'm just lightly touching the corners of each of the panels with this wax to give it a little bit more interest and depth. And I'll show you a close-up of how it looks when it's done. It's really subtle and really shiny and pretty. Isn't it gorgeous? Again, just another simple touch, adding another layer of interest to your mixed media card using different mediums. So on the side, I had stamped and die cut 2 of the flowers and the bow from this The Greatest Gift stamp set, and I stamped them in the same colors. So now I'm adhering my card panel to the background, and I used a black background to help complement the black in the card panel. And now I'm going to go ahead and adhere my flowers and my bow. But before I do that, I'm adding more detail. Shocking, huh? I'm using the Deco Gel Pen in Gold just to add some shine to those hearts in the center of those 3 little things. And then I'm filling in some of the hearts in the background with the Deco Gel Pen just to add a little bit of shine. And while I'm doing this, I would like to let you know that all of the items I'm using in this card will be in the description box so that if you want to shop for them, you certainly can. And now I'm using Gina K's foam ink squares in 1/2 inch, which is one of my favorites, and also in 1/4 inch because I want to pop those flowers and bow off the page a little bit more. Going back to that wax, that Icelandic color wax, I'm adding a little wax to the flowers and the bow, just to kind of bring in the wax that's around the edge of the card panels. Just around a couple edges. I'm not doing it around all the edges. I'm just doing it here and there and being very random in where I add it. And even to the bow, I want to just get a little bit of shine on there and a little bit of the wax adds a little bit of texture as well, and I really like that. So now I'm finished here with this card, and I really love how it turned out. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not finished. I had one more thing to add, which is glossy accents, because I can't have enough detail, can I? So here's the finished card. And I love how it turned out. And it was really very easy to make this and very easy to mail, not too heavy. And I also made one in shades of pink to show you. So pull out all your colors and use them. Thanks for stopping by.